Okay, so we want to use our calculator to sketch the function here, 3 sine x minus 1. I'm going to pull up my calculator. Drawn on previous. I'm going to press tab. I'm going to press tab. This lets me enter in a new graph, but I want to scroll up. I'm just going to delete this graph here. Like this. I messed things up. Let me start with a nice new fresh one. Go to that. Add a calculator always. Control, add page, add a graph. Let's type my graph in. Our function is 3 sine x minus 1. So I'm going to type in 3, and then I need sine of x. Move outside the bracket, minus 1. Type my function in like this. Press enter. I don't really see my curve. So firstly, I check the top right corner next to the battery symbol that it's in degrees and not radians. Click on this if it's in radians, like this, and it will change the shape of the graph. We want it to be in degrees for this course, always. We can see it's going long and flat. We know it's a sine function. We need to extend the x-axis. So if we look at, when you're drawing a graph on an exam, and they've given you graph paper, look at the scale that they've given. They've got -4 to 4, 0 to 390. So I'm going to enter those details directly on my calculator. I can press menu, window, and then window settings, number 1. So menu for 1 on this one. And then I can put in the exact values they've given me. They want me to go from -4, press tab to move between the spaces, to 4. And, oh, sorry, I got those the wrong way around. These are the x values. I want to go from 0, I think it's 390. And then here I want -4 to 4, like that. Now we see the shape of the graph. We want to find the y-intercept. We want to find the y-intercept because this is the principal axis for a sine function. So to find the y-intercept, we can trace a value. So we do Windows, trace, we press 0, a little entry pops up, we press enter twice, and it gives me the y-intercept. So that means that we can see that d is -1 on this one. And so we want to start by drawing our principal axis. So whenever we sketch this, we start with the principal axis and we label it y equals -1. This is the key part of our graph. So we label this. Next, we want to find out where our maximum is. We can calculate it from the values, but here on the graphing calculator, we use analyze graph. We find the maximum. Scrolling across there, click, upper bound, click, and then menu, analyze graph, and find the minimum. So the other points that we wish to find is where it crosses the principal axis. So we can add, if we want the principal axis to help us sketch it, we can press tab. We know that the principal axis is y equals -1, because that's the y-intercept constant, and it draws the principal axis for us. So then we can find an intersection between these points. Come back here, click, click. One more. So we should have our 5 key points on the graph visible. There. We should have our 5 key points. So let's plot those points. It starts off at 0, -1, then it goes through 90, 2. So it's going to go through 90, 2. Label these points. These are the points with which the examiner will assess your accuracy. So label these key points. 180 -1. So we're going to go through here. 180 -1. We go through here. 270, back again to here at 360, comma, -1. These are our 5 key points. We start off here at 0, comma, -1. We go up and down, up. If the question asks to also include axes-intercepts, we might need to find these 2 points here as well, and here, and sketch them. In order to do that, we would use the calculator again. I'll just find one of them, analyze. These are the zeros, obviously. So we can say we want this graph here, find this 0 there, and we can see that that's at 161, 0. And we would add those as necessary. Okay, so let's have a look. So, for this question, try and sketch this without using your graphing calculator. Okay, we're going to try and build our understanding of the constants A and D. If you remember what we talked about in our introduction, so we need to find these 5 key points. We can find these 5 key points from our A and D. So the principal axis is the line y equals d. This distance here is a. This distance here is minus a. So work out what the different points are going to be, and then sketch this one without using your calculator. Okay, so to look at our answer on this one. So we start off with this value here, our d. This is the line y equals 2. So start out with your d value, draw your principal axis. Your graph is going to go through these ones. It's going to go through these at 0. It's going to go through these at 180. It's going to go through at 360. So we have these 3 points. This distance here is a. So this is plus 4. This distance here is minus a. So this is minus a. And then we can sketch. So we put in our 5 key points, and then we sketch. Alright, use your graphing calculator now to sketch this one. Notice that we're introducing the b value here. This is a b value. Have a look at the effect of the b value. It's going to affect, as we saw earlier, the period. So here we go 0, 180, 360. The b will affect that. Look at the relationship between the b values that we use and the period. Okay, so let's start talking more about period. So the function repeats itself in one period. We can see the period. This is the amount of time for the function to repeat itself. We start off here at the principal axis, we go down, and then we come back up to the principal axis and repeat itself at this point. This is a period of 360 degrees. This is a period of 360 degrees. So we saw in the introduction, you can also see it between the peaks. So for this graph that we're doing, that's what we're doing, b is equal to 2. This means that the period is going to be 360 divided by 2. So the period is going to become 180. So instead of multiplying by 2, we're dividing by 2. The period, the b is a horizontal dilation, which is going to halve the period. Our formula for this we're going to start seeing is our period is 360 divided by b. This is the formula for the period. So our period, if you see it on your calculator, you can see that the period is 2. So we are going to, we have our principal axis is 0. So we have our, let's start off with that one. Do I have one of those? So our principal axis is here. This is the line y equals 0. We are going to go through this here at this point, 0, 0. And instead of ending at 360, we're going to end at 180. We're going to cross it in the middle at 90. Our peak is going to be at 3. So our peak is halfway between these two. Halfway between 90 and 0 is 45. So our peak is going to be here at 45,3. Our trough is going to be halfway between these two. So that's going to be at 135, minus 3. This is going to be at 135, minus 3. This is how our graph is going to look. And then it's going to repeat itself. So we're going to come back through the graph at these 2 points. Halfway between these two at 3, we're going to hit the peak, and halfway between these two, we're going to hit the trough. So we should see 2 full cycles of the graph going through this bit. You can see one drawn here. Our last one, let's have a go at drawing this one with all 3 constants. Try it without using your graphing calculator. Start with your principal axis. Work out your period. Work out your period, see where it's going to cross the principal axis according to the period. Then put in your maxima and minimum, and you should be able to draw it. So start with your principal axis, then calculate your period. Okay then, so we're going to sketch this graph. Do these things in this order. So first up, we want to take our d value. We can see the d value here. This is d is equal to minus 2. So this tells us that the principal axis is y equals minus 2. We'll sketch that first. So we want the principal axis here. This is the line. We label it y equals minus 2. Next up, do your calculations for your period. So your period is based on this number here, b. This is b is equal to 3. We use the formula, period equals 360 divided by b. So that's going to be 360 divided by 3. So our period is 120. We use the period like this. So the graph or a sine function is going to cross the principal axis 3 times in the period. It's going to start off here on the principal axis. It's then going to cross it again at the end of the period here. So this is the period length. So this length here, that I'm draw it, well, I'm going to go down to there. Let me go up here. This length here is the period. Our period is equal to 120 degrees. So it's going to cross halfway along that period as well. So halfway between 120 and 0 is 60. It's going to cross here. So it will cross 3 times in one period. Our last one is the A value. So A here, this is A is equal to 2. And that's the distance. So we're going to reach our peak. So we cross the principal axis 3 times. Between the 2 points, we cross the principal axis. Halfway between these 2 points, we have a maximum and we have a minimum. So halfway between these two, between 0 and 60, we are going to get our maximum. So the maximum is going to be at 30. It's going to be at 30 and we go up by A to find the maximum. So this is the distance A, which is equal to 2. Halfway between the other two is at 90 and we go down by that one. So this is minus A, which equals 2. So this is minus A. So we go down by A. So this gives us our 3 points. We go up and down like this one. We then repeat. So we're going to cross through here, here. We're going to be up there. We're going to be down here. We're going to repeat. We're going to be there and there. We're going to be halfway between. We're going to be halfway between. And we're going to go boom. Like this. With this graph, if you don't have axes, label your 5 key points as enough, and it shows your understanding. So your 5 key points, I'll put the 5 key points across the bottom for these 3 points. Sorry, these 5 points. This one is at 0, minus 2. Our next one is at 30, 0. Our next one is at 60, negative 2. Then we go through 90, negative 4. Perhaps a bit small, put them in the middle. But always label them at the correct point. We have 120, minus 2. So these 5 points here, and here show your understanding. We have a summary of all of this on these next pages. So what does the A do? This is your to know knowledge for today. So it talks about the amplitude, and you can have a look back over this later. So we can see the A value here. This is the amplitude of the graph. What does B do? B is our period. So here we have our key formula for a period, where the period is equal to 360 divided by the absolute value of B. And this is our wavelength. We can see here on this slide what does D do. This is the easiest one. This is the number that we have at the end. It's our principal axis. This is the line y equals D. And that covers what we've looked at for today. For homework, I'd like you to work with exercise 11D. When you finish your homework, you must always take photos of your work and upload it to the Google Classroom. Some of you are going to be having PTCs with me in a couple of weeks. The main thing, I'm going to be only calling on students who are struggling on the course, because we don't have time for everybody. And I'm going to be saying they aren't doing their homework. Look, the Google Classroom is empty. So make sure you do the homework when you start posting.